Well, hello, there, troopers, and welcome back to General Kenobi's Bunker. Thank you so much for joining us here on our first attempt at predicting the future for Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, don't know how we're going to do, but we're going to definitely try. We're going to have to rush through it because this is a quick one. We want to make sure we get to the episode. So, no
Absolutely.
time to waste. We got to get in
Yeah,
this.
seriously. And so, just to recap very quickly, right? We do have two episodes that you can watch already. The third episode is dropping in 28 minutes, 27 minutes, just about.
It's coming
So,
quick.
yeah, exactly. So, we wanted to jump here on a quick live stream and just chat with you guys. What do you guys think is going to happen tonight? And no spoilers. We don't have any sort of inside info. I haven't even seen the preview for the next episode, to be honest. Because
I mean, I got the script. Let me.
thanks. If you
Just kidding.
wouldn't mind grabbing that. Um, but what I was gonna say, I been running around since the last time we spoke. Um, we hit the nostalgia con in Houston. We will talk about that more tomorrow, by the way. There's some cool stories. I'll be dropping some videos, all of that good stuff. But we already have some people here in the chat, and we appreciate you guys because, like I said, this one's gonna be a quickie,
It's a
a
wham
quickie, if
bam.
you will. Exactly. Every once in a while, you just gotta get it done. Okay, we don't gotta go the length. We just gotta do what's needed and go watch TV, right? So pulling double duty from the beginning. We got the dad Vader in the house. We also got the Galactic Antenna saying, "Hello there. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for joining me." Dad Vader saying, "We will have a fun prediction attempt for sure." Yo, says the Legacy of Nerd. What's going on, brother? Thanks so much for stopping by. We got Darth Angel in the house saying, "This is the way. Let's go." We got Elijah Sexy Flexy coming saying, "What's up, brothers?" Appreciate you joining, man. Flexi says Vader and Angel as well. All right. So again, thank you so much for joining us here. We talked about doing this yesterday, but guys, I'll be honest with you. Yesterday was murder for me in terms of work. I actually by this point in the day, I was still not done working. So
Oh,
I pulled in almost a 13-hour day. It was just one of those days, right? Mind you, coming off of a weekend long convention, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So yesterday I was exhausted and I thought about doing this, but I'm like, dude, I'm barely conscious as it is. So luckily, today it kind of worked out. We had a little bit of time, to try to do this. So we'll try to be a little bit more structured for next week. Hopefully, I'm on vacation next week, so
oh,
I
nice.
am looking forward to it, man. But dang, they are making me pay for it this week.
Mhm.
Anyway, also I gotta give props to that drip. Look at that. Come on now. Represent.
We're repping the Pirates. All
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. Very, very much in tune with what we're gonna talk about here. Um, so I thought we turn this into a little bit of a fun, little exercise here. And I got the word processor, software here, no brands. And I thought we talk about what we think is gonna happen, and then we write down, let's say, 5 predictions that we feel pretty confident or pretty good about, and then maybe we do 4 that kind of make sense, and then one that's just like a little bit out there, a little bit out of the left field. So yeah, what do you say? And we get started. Okay, so super quick recap. Episode 1, we met the kids and they found the spaceship and the spaceship flew out. Episode 2, the spaceship flew out of hyperspace. Which I'll be honest with you, that scene when they come out of hyperspace look like they were pulled, like it didn't look like the regular like toon, like we've
Yeah, didn't
arrived.
stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was more like it crapped out, like and then just like skidded along, right? So I don't know if there's something interesting there. I don't remember, to be honest, because I haven't had the chance to actually go back and watch it again. If they said anything about like a busted hyperdrive.
Well, the SME or
Yeah.
SM33 did say that they need to do repairs, and that's kind of why he was like, "We need to go to this
Hmm.
this port basically to go get it
Right.
fixed." I don't know if that was kind of the correlation there, but
Yeah,
ultimately it
maybe.
got us there to
Exactly.
Tortuga. I
To
don't.
Tortuga, yeah. So, which also, in my super creative self, I named this little segment for us today here, the Tortuga Talk. I don't know if you noticed that, but yeah, I couldn't come up with anything, and I panicked for a title. So anyway, that's where we are now, Tortuga Talk. Um, and so that's when we got to see 1,000 new characters, right? Pirates, all kinds of species, all kinds of presentations at the port.
Nostalgic island because all the
Oh,
different
dude,
things that we
yes,
saw.
exactly. Port Borgo, right?
Borgo,
Uh,
yeah.
and the cliffhanger, which we kind of all knew it was coming, honestly. So I don't think it was a surprise. Was Jude Law's character popping out from the shadows and saying, "I'm basically a Jedi." Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm basically a Jedi. But just in case you don't believe me, here's me using the Force, right? Which I was like, all right, that looked kind of funky, like visually,
Yeah.
but the Force theme did play. The Force theme did play at that moment. So I'm like, I don't know. That's pretty legit. They've never done us wrong when the Force theme plays. So I don't
I
know.
mean,
So
if this is the time to get us, it's definitely right now because we all expect that, and
very much
nothing's on
so.
the table, so it could happen. We could get a trick on here.
Yeah, exactly. We basically don't really have much to go on from what we have seen on the trailers. We already covered a good chunk, actually. Of course, there's other scenes that we have not seen. So just as a reminder, guys, this is a short series. This is going to be 8 episodes in total. So we are a quarter of the way there, right? Before tonight, even. And so today is going to be episode 3. Okay, so let's get it right into it, because yeah, guys, we'll don't worry, we'll let you go with enough time for you to
Yeah, yeah.
catch the show. So as I mentioned, we are gonna try to write down our top 5 predictions, but I'm gonna start us off here with one that I don't think is gonna surprise anybody. Jude Law, and I'm blanking out on his name. I'm sorry, I've been running around. Jude Law's character is gonna help the kids escape. And what I mean by escape is get out of the dungeon, evade, the pirates, and then get them to their ship. Again, a boring prediction, but I think we'll
Pretty safe.
probably see. Yeah, exactly. We'll call it a safe prediction, right? Um, Now, how does he do that? That would be interesting. So, what do you think? Do we see more force powers, aka a Jedi mind trick? Maybe.
I was gonna speculate maybe he force pulls something to get in the way as they're running away from the pirates or something like that to
Mm,
get to the ship. Some type of force element, I'm
mm-hmm.
thinking, which again is gonna kind of cement in the little guy Wim to be like, this dude's legit. I need to be his Padawan, like because we all know he wants to be a Jedi. So I think they're
Yes.
gonna show
Yes.
a little
I
something there.
agree. I agree. Okay, so how about we call it this? We call it um, a force push or pull, um, but no Jedi mind trick. How's that?
Yeah,
But no Jedi mind trick. And I need to make this a lot bigger in order for everybody to see it. Story of my life. Here we go.
that's what she said.
Constantly. All right. So again, maybe a safer bet, to get us kicked off. I agree. We kind of have to, right? We kind of have to because of that cliffhanger. We gotta see something that follows that through a little bit and gets us the audience. But like you said, more importantly, Wim, right? They
Yep.
gotta hook Wim into believing he's a Jedi, right? And that's where it's gonna play out a little bit, because if you remember, Wim has grown up with Jedi stories, right? As far as we know, he's never met a real Jedi, right?
Yep.
He's kind of only had, his comic book or storybook to go on, and it doesn't seem like that planet is very well versed in anything else that's not like math or like economics, there didn't seem to be much talk about any other topic, really. I mean, not even, I feel like not even, physics or like space travel or anything like that. Like it was always just about like the freaking whatever they call it, but the value tables, right? Like multiplication
Mhm.
tables. Um, Jumping right here into the chat, we got Star Wars Jen saying hello there. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for joining. Saying hi to Flex. Sir Jen says sexy Flexi, and look who it is. Hayden Christensen's best friend,
Yep.
Tony, in the house saying spoilers. Yeah, man, because our stuff is gonna be super accurate. What's up, Tony? Says Star Wars Gent, and Tony says hello there. All right. So let's move right along. Um, whew,
I've got one.
let's do it.
I think we're going to jump back to the home world, and we're going to get some of the parents mingling, trying to figure not mingling,
Yeah,
but like strategizing of like how to get off the planet, how to save the
true.
kids. The mom and dad that we've already seen, I think they're going to team up maybe to get out of there and try to find the kiddos. Obviously, probably some droids going to be trying to stop that, but I think there's going to be parents figuring out how to rescue the kids.
So I'll throw a little bit of a layer to that. So I agree. There will be uh, like a parent teacher conference on what are we doing. But here's what I want to add to that: the barrier is going to come into play, and that's going to be the added stress of how did they get out, and we can't get out. You know.
Yep.
Uh, so I'm gonna put it something like what should we say? Um, Parents band together, right, for search.
Barrio shuts them down.
Exactly. Parents band together for search, but barrier shuts them down. And I'm gonna do a little, cheating here because the barrier I'm gonna use it both as a physical thing, like the actual barrier, like on the planet, but also as a concept, like I
Yep.
like the principle saying like you can't go anywhere because of the barrier, or even the droids, those security droids with the big old,
Mhm.
80s camera for a head. I think that's gonna come into play. So um, let's see what else do we think. Do you think we'll find out something more about the whole old republic credit thing?
I, they've hinted at it
Hmm.
as it being the old Republic credit in mint condition. Like I just rewatched it right now with my son, getting ready for this, and they
Nice.
said that verbally. Looking at them, I can't find any reference that matches exactly, but I
Hmm.
mean, again, this is bringing it into, I would say, Star Wars lore, right? It's like
Yeah.
now that it's on screen, this is what their credits look like. So I think they are going to do some type of tie back to what the old Republic was or how it is existence in this universe. So yes, I think we're going to have something there.
Okay. So how about we put down something like old republic? I don't want to say explanation because I don't think we're gonna get that yet. But maybe an old republic connection, maybe like
Connect, yeah, connective tissue.
there you go, connective tissue. I like that. um you guys are getting a sample of how I do my work, my office work. I have to spell out everything that I'm actually typing. my
I
my
use I use crayons.
Yeah, exactly. My coworkers love it. Makes them, they super focused on their job. All right, so we'll leave it at that. Maybe a little bit vague, but I do think, like you said, we are gonna have maybe just another little bit of the puzzle, right, as to what's up with those brand new credits. Let me jump right back into the chat. Start thinking about the next one. Let's see, Antonio, what's going on, brother? Saying hello there. Now I gotta stay long since I don't want spoilers. We haven't seen it, man. We're just completely speculating here. That's why we're writing it down because tomorrow during the High Ground episode, which by the way we have a great guest, I'll announce it in a little while. So check out all of our social media. We're gonna come back to this document that we're building right now and be like, all right, we got them all. We got one. We got none. Right.
None.
So which is what's gonna happen. Hey, Flex, says Antonio. Brother Antonio, what's up? Says Sexy Flexi. Tony says there is no barrier. There you go, Neo. Appreciate. We got LGP Vintage Toys in the house saying, "Greeting, masters. What's going on, man? We're just trying to put together a quick, short list of predictions for tonight's episode. All right,
I got
so
one on Instagram here.
oh,
Mailman Mike
let's go.
13 is saying, I think the kids are going to want Jod to use the Force to rescue them, but I don't
Hmm.
think he'll be able to. So maybe he's not as strong in the Force.
Ah,
Because like you were saying, that key
I
was
like
kind of
that.
janky. It was
Right,
not coming,
right.
wasn't no lightsaber
Exactly.
pull.
Exactly, very much so. I agree with that. I think we got a force sensitive at best.
Maybe.
Maybe somebody that's found some comic books, with the Jedi there, and he deduced how to use the force up to a degree. But I don't think it's a formally,
Maybe it was a
officially
Padawan who
trained.
escaped Order 66 who never
Exactly.
really got trained and he just learned a few little tricks. And that's it.
Exactly, exactly. And so spoilers not for this episode, but one of my predictions is that in this show we're gonna see an Order 66 flashback.
Flashback.
Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't say this episode, so I don't want to write it down, but I think we're gonna see an Order 66 flashback. That's just me. But let's
Ahmed
see
Best
here.
makes a return.
Yeah, hey, yeah, imagine. Why
Yep.
not? Why not? I kind of like that actually. So okay, so oh, what about for this episode? Speaking of connective tissue, what about New Republic connective tissue? Think we see any known pilots, for X-wings this episode?
That would be pretty cool if they do somehow get past that barrier and they run into somebody on patrol who's always on patrol somewhere where the story needs him.
Yeah, right. I mean, we
Right?
got our one of our favorite pilots, Captain Carson Tiva. So could be, could be. So what do you think? Should we put that one down?
I like that one. I
Mm,
feel like that could be a safe bet to get some tie into there.
yeah,
Because they've
right.
already
So
talked about it when they got invaded. They're like, hey, we're under the rule of the new guys. Like, back
exactly, of the
on.
New Republic, right? So X-wing pilot, and then I'm gonna go ahead and say Carson Tiva for this episode. I think it kind of makes sense
Yeah.
because, like we said, right? If the parents, oh my lord, I can't type. If the parents panic, right, and they're like, all right, if we can't leave because of the barrier, then we need the police to go out there and find them. So again, it just kind of makes sense. Okay, so do we want to start working on our out there sort of prediction for tonight's episode?
Yeah, I think so. We're getting close on our time here. So let's get
Exactly.
wacky. Let's get
Hey,
crazy.
we got Big John in the house saying shows things like Banter Fighter. I like that. By the way, Big John showed up in Houston.
Oh
I don't
wow.
think I don't think either one of us knew, either one of us was gonna be there. So it was a good surprise to see you, brother. Always, always good to see you, and I appreciate all the kind words, also, and all the support. Hey, dude. Okay, thanks for letting us know. All right. There's definitely how do you call it? An opinion
It'll
for each show. If you don't like it, that's
it'll
all
grow
right.
on them. It'll grow.
Exactly, exactly. We got Pop the Bounty Collector saying, "What up, cuz? Good evening, everyone." He says, and Big John says, I guess I'm getting too old, just not for me." And that's quite all right, dude. That's the beauty of Star Wars. There's something for everybody. But we are coming up here on the 10-minute mark before the episode, comes up. So we're gonna go for another 5 minutes and then give you guys some 5 minutes, to go make some
Like
popcorn,
popcorn.
go turn on
Yeah.
the TV, the surround sound, all of that good stuff. So in the next 5 minutes, let's come out with our out there, prediction for this episode, right? Let's see. Mm, what would be pretty out there? What would be pretty out there? I mean, look, I we can go the easy route and just name like a cameo that you know maybe doesn't even line up with the timeline. But I'm gonna say like something that you could kind of see happening. Like it's not completely out of left field. Like oh, it doesn't even have to be. Let me give you an example. Okay, like Qui-Gon Jinn's ghost appears. Could it happen? Maybe. Would it make sense? Not a whole lot. So let's try to rein it in a little bit more.
Jabba
Um,
Hutt wins breakdance competition. Doing the
so
worm.
hey, we just got his son, casted. So it could
Yep.
happen. It could very much happen. So
I've got one that's somewhat out there,
let's
but
hear
I
it. Let's
I
hear it.
really I really don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to say we are going to see somebody who swings a lightsaber
Okay.
make an appearance. That's
All right.
I don't think it's tying into it. He may not have a lightsaber with him, but I'm going to say that he does swing one at some point. So, and it could be any type of saber. It could be a dark saber, maybe. Mhm.
Imagine. That'd be kind of cool. All right. So what do we want to call that? Let's see. How can we phrase that? I don't want to say Jedi because that kind of limits it, right?
Yep.
Um, how can we say that? How can we say that? Lightsaber user. Um, do we say they're gonna be fighting or just cameo?
I think just cameo because I
Right
mean,
at this point.
I'm thinking like there could be a few Jedi's, like we said, maybe somebody makes an appearance and it's
Yeah,
just in the background, like, oh, these guys have exposed where I have some hidden Jedi stuff, or something that
kind of
there
like that.
could be some weird tie-in to either the Jedi, Sith, or I mean, we know that there's rogue, basically, uh, gray Jedi's for hire, or I don't know what they called from Ahsoka. What are they, mercenaries? I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
they called
So
themselves
like,
mercenaries.
yeah. Okay, I like that. I like that. All right, let's go with that. Okay, so here is our five, short list of our predictions for tonight's episode. Remember, come back tomorrow night when for the High Ground, our regularly scheduled show, where first of all we're gonna have an awesome guest. All right, and for all of those of you watching here, I'm just gonna go right out and say it. We're gonna have the captain of the Nerd Squadron. We're gonna have Chris joining us here in the bunker. So it's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be very very fun. But we're gonna be talking about the episode, right? Episode 3 of Skeleton Crew, and we're gonna pull out this list. I'm dyslexic, sorry. We're going to pull out this list that you see here that we just typed, and we're going to go one by one, see how close or how completely wrong we were. So I think we're about to start
Ooh.
wrapping up here because we do have an episode to go watch.
Hit that
Uh,
last comment from Antonio.
uh, do, 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 do. Oh, imagine. I don't know. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. All right. Yeah, why not? Why not?
That'd be
Uh,
cool.
yeah, it'd be definitely very, very cool. So I just want to say, guys, please remember to check us out on Instagram, the Dad Vader, posting all kinds of funnies. So make sure you definitely check him out. I am also on Instagram, general.kenobis.bunker. Stay tuned. I'm going to be posting some of the pictures for Nostalgicon that in Houston that just happened this weekend. I'll try to talk about it tomorrow, but I kind of want to give it its own little live stream. So maybe later on in the week, we'll do like a little bit of a recap because we got a lot going on tomorrow's episode for the High Ground. Again, amazing guest, Chris from the Nerd Squadron, and we are going to be talking about Skeleton Crew episode 3. So, we do have quite a bit. We're also on TikTok for now. Well, TikTok still exists
Yep.
at general_Kenobis_bunker. We're on threads at general.kenobis.bunker. So I would just greatly appreciate it if you remember to hit that like button here on the stream before you exit. Guys, go watch Skeleton Crew so you avoid, some of the spoilers. Again, everything that we talked about here is completely unbased just for we're just using the first 2 episodes. With that, we are gonna say good night for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Y'all got about 4 minutes, okay, to go prepare. So enjoy. I hope that you guys are hooked on the show because I want Star Wars to do good. Okay, I want it to have success. So hopefully enjoy it, Big John. If it's not for you, it's not for you, brother. We still love you. But once again, thank you so much for joining us here. We appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Y'all have a good night. Go watch Skeleton Crew. Peace out.